Hello, hello. Okay, so it's day 5. I was up, I don't know, till about 3 last night working on the website and the WordPress stuff. Today, I'm going to continue to do that, and I always struggle because I used to work with graphic designers at an agency, and I know what good graphic design looks like and should be, and I can barely fake it. And I'm really slowed down by learning all this new Web 2.0 stuff and trying to implement it with good-looking graphic design and functionality. It's just really not my skill set. Writing and editing stuff and doing video stuff is. But anyway, so I think I just got to get it out there and stop henpecking it to death and just realize, it's going to be what it's going to be. Other stuff that I have to really think about and address today, the money thing is really becoming an issue. I looked at my my finances again last night, and in 2 days I have a $181 healthcare premium, my monthly healthcare bill that I don't have money for right now. That's the first thing. There's another $150 credit card bill that I've been paying off. I'm in a repayment plan with well, there's been a bunch, but I think this one might be Bank of America, that's due to come out in about 6 days. I do have enough food right now to get by on, so that's good. And I took some food from the Super Bowl party. Delicious cookies. Anyway, I don't want to ask my family and friends for money just because I've done it in the past. It's not comfortable. It's not cool. I mean, I've always managed to pay them back, but if I have to go to them again, they're just going to be like, come on, man, And I certainly understand that, especially my folks who have always been amazing, but they just really helped me out a lot when I was trying to get my event video production company off the ground, and I'll talk about that eventually. Basically, it did well. It was going somewhere, but I worked so hard and wasn't smart about the way I financed it, putting everything on credit cards, that I was so burnt out by 2 years, I walked away. Anyway, so this is unbelievable, and I can't believe I'm considering this, but I think I'm gonna go try to open a credit card or two. I just checked all my credit scores last night. I have average credit. Currently, my rating is 698. I don't care. Obviously, this is full disclosure. So, and everything. So when I had about 40 or 45K in debt before, it's taken so long to pay that off because I don't make a lot of money, obviously, that even though I've been making payments regularly and have been for the past 3 years or so, and I got enrolled in a really great debt management program that I did my research. I fully recommend it to anyone. It's called Care One Credit Counseling. And I mean, there is a monthly fee, $50 a month. But for me, my credit card debts were so high that was a drop in the bucket. I mean, at the peak, I was paying like $1,500 a month in credit card bills. And anyway, I'll try to talk about that because the whole industry is freakish, and the way it's handled is bizarre. If you try to talk to them, and like if you're 30 or 60 days past due, they won't even talk to you. So you have to almost, if you cannot get by, and you don't want to go into bankruptcy, like the only other option that you really have is to intentionally not pay for some number of months, like at the least 3 to 5 months, like 90 days to 120 or 150 days. Then, depending on what the credit card company or the creditor is, they may deal with you and even say, okay, we'll even wipe out all the interest and stuff. We just want you to start paying us, because at that point in time, it becomes a bad debt or something that's a charge off. And it means that they kind of think that they're never going to see the money again. And they will, like I said, work with you. Anyway, so when my finances were at their worst, probably in 2006 and 2007, just from, like I said, bad business moves on my part, I mean, the phone was ringing off the hook. It was everything you hear about with credit card collection. And I was the perfect example of a guy that got credit that shouldn't have. I had absolutely no assets. Yeah, and it goes on. A really great documentary about the whole thing is Maxed Out. And if you're, I don't know, if you're following this because you're having problems with money and credit cards are in the mix and you're wondering how to deal with this stuff, that is a really good documentary to see. Now, this was before the credit card bill reform law passed. So I don't know how and if there are even changes in the industry, if they're cosmetic, who knows. But anyway, to reel it back in, I quickly applied last night for a good credit card, a card that had a really low rate that they say that you should get. I obviously didn't qualify for that because my credit rating is middle of the road. Even though I've done really well for the past 3 years, they look even farther back. And when I pull my reports, those really overdue and hideous delinquencies are showing up on it. So that's affecting my credit rating. I can't get a good credit card, which is the road I think I'm going to try to take to try to get a credit card to address this current money crunch. And like I said, it's bananas that I'm even considering it, but that's where I am. That's where many Americans end up being. So that's how that goes. The other thing that's on the agenda today is the Jeopardy online test. I'm kind of a Jeopardy freak. I've auditioned for the show. Well, let me see, not audition. I've gone to take their test, their preliminary test. I guess it is auditioning. This will be my 4th time. I've done it live in person twice, once in Orlando, Florida, and once in Washington, D.C. Those events are pretty wild. Like, you go in and there's just a room full of people. They do like 500 people at a time. And I have pictures that I took from the last one. Actually, I guess I've done it live 3 times. I'm sorry. Once in Orlando, once in downtown D.C., and once in Montgomery College, which is around the D.C. area. Anyway, you go in, it's like 500 people, and the first ones I did, they actually had like 50 questions come up on the monitors, and they said, okay, they're all right in. If you get 35 out of 50 correct, you know, we will consider you for the next round and call your name and you can come back. I was like, come on, man, I can do that in my sleep, you know, because I kill at home. Well, it's not like at home. The questions that they ask are really hard. I guess they're probably the equivalent of now the $1,600 to $2,000 question level range, because they got to weed through so many applicants and so many contestants and freaks like me that want to be on Jeopardy. So, you know, at home you might like have history or, you know, pop stars. You go to the auditions and it's seriously, and I wish I'd written down some of the categories, but it's like French pastries from the 14th century, King Tutankhamun's dogs. I mean, it's just like bizarre, esoteric stuff that you're not going to know. So needless to say, I didn't qualify either of those 2 live turns, or I think I did it online once before. And then when I went to the Montgomery College one, oh, we'll just say it was the same thing. I can't even remember. But anyway, that's coming up tonight. So I gotta watch a little Jeopardy and prep for that. And yeah, I think I did do it once online before. And I'll actually see if I can get that and share it, because then you'll see the kinds of questions I'm talking about and why I'm not on Jeopardy yet. Anyway, so that is what's happening on day 5.